Hola! Sorry, that sounded really weird. Hi guys. So lovely to see you all again. Sorry it's been like over a week now since I've done a makeup tutorial. It's really not good. But the reason is I've just been so busy and obviously just really focusing on myself. Like with all the looks that I want to do, I want to try and achieve. Like I have to actually take time to do it myself so that I can improve. If that makes sense. So I've done my foundation. As you can see, I've got coverage. The foundation that I've used is Collection Lasting Perfection, and it's up to 16-hour wear. And I've also used Rimmel Match Foundation, another dark coverage. And I've also used Nivea, and the reason I've used Nivea, and although it says day cream, just ignore that, it's because I've really sensitive skin, so I have to be really careful of the not just the foundation, but any product I put in my skin. Sometimes even lip gloss can actually make my skin like break out and like irritate like really I can't speak out of it, really badly, like irritation. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to like get a really natural subtle look. So before I bore you all with my idiotic comments, tonight I'm going to be going for an autumn/winter look. Can I just get something clear, guys? Whenever I say autumn look, it does not mean that I am focusing on autumn colours. I have named my video that because it's the autumn season, obviously, and it's also winter because of the really cold and dark nights. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. Like I suppose brown is in it as well, because I'm going to be using partially brown lipstick, maybe mixed with something else, because I'm trying to like get away from like just neutral looks. I'm trying to actually like be creative and like do different styles just to see if I suit them. So without further ado, I'm just going to get on with it. So I've told you guys what the look will be tonight. Again, I would just encourage no negative comments. If you see my video and you don't like it, you don't have to like or subscribe. I really don't want any negativity. Again, this is just a journey for me to see if makeup is what I want to do, and I guarantee, yeah, it probably is. It just is very difficult. Okay, so I'm just going to get on with it, guys, before I bore you all to death. I'd also just like to mention that like the foundation brush I've used is literally just this. As you can see, it's not the cleanest brush, so that's why I'm trying to give it a clean now with a wee wipe. But it's like you can get these brushes, I'm sure you all know, in like the top supermarkets, so like Superdrug, Semichem, even pharmacies like Boots would do them. Just like obviously you all guys, you probably know where to get makeup brushes, like, but the best quality ones you normally get in like Superdrug or something like that. So I've got my foundation on. I've shown you guys what foundation everything I've used. So the first step I always do is my eyebrows. The reason I do my eyebrows first, guys, is just because the eyebrows are actually the hardest, especially when you're doing it for someone else, like on a video. It's really hard to get it right. So as you can see, like I've never really used this brush before. I also got this brush. It's really just like a thinner brush, so it's like a powdery brow shaping, so it's for your brows obviously. And because my eyebrows are quite thick, it'll mean that this will be really effective on them. So I'm just lightly, firstly just rubbing over them, and I'm doing the same on the other one. Now for you guys who have already seen like my videos, you will have noticed that I have been wearing like quite dark, definite eyebrow pencils. To be honest with you, I don't really like that anymore. I prefer being more natural. I still would put some eyebrow pencils onto my eyebrows, but I wouldn't pay as much attention to them as I did before, because I kind of thought it was a wee bit like it'd be alright for like a Halloween look or something, but I just thought like it didn't really do anything for my face really. So I've shaped my eyebrows, as you can see. I don't know if you can see, and again they're quite thick, so they don't really need that much attention to them. So as I said, I'm still going to be like using, I'm still going to be like doing my eyebrows, just not as dark, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to be using the lightest colour in my palette, which is obviously this peachy kind of colour. Well, it's more of a nude colour, and I'm just going to apply it just to the top of my eyebrow. That's all it'll need, guys, just the top of your eyebrow, and that'll just make your eyebrow look more natural. And you just do the same on the other eyebrow. because now they're shaped and they're also kind of like coloured, if that makes sense. But if I feel like at the end of the look, with the defined blue eyes and everything, if I feel like these eyebrows are maybe not doing enough, I'll probably add a wee bit more onto them. So just to let you guys know that. So next thing I'm going to do is obviously my eyes. Now, I'm a wee bit nervous about this, I'm not going to lie to you, and it's just really because I've never really done this before. Like, I've never really like focused on eyes in this much detail. So yeah, I guess I am feeling a bit about it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There's nothing worse that can happen. So I've got this isn't really new or anything, it actually needs cleaned. So it's just like a palette, as you guys can see. And I'm just going to lightly do this with my eyebrow. Make sure you always do this at the end, guys, just to get rid of any excess. And I'm just going to like carefully apply it to my eyelids. Now it's okay if it doesn't turn out the way you expect it to at the start, you know. Because like you guys can see, this is quite a defined eye makeup. It's quite dark in a way, so it's really important to get it right. As you can see, I'm trying to be as in much control of the brush as possible. I'm just lightly applying that to my eyebrow. I'm just making sure that I'm dabbing my eye after. Because sometimes, as I say to you guys, sometimes my eyes can react to things that I put on it, so I have to be really, really careful. So I'm just going to continue on the other side. Again, just doing this slightly. And again, just marking my crevices like that. So as you can see, it's quite defined. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just very lightly, not too heavy. And I'm just going across my crevices. I think in my last video I kind of briefly mentioned to you guys what your crevices are. So they're just like these wee parts of your eyelids. They're kind of like the top of your eyelids. And to get the best result for eyebrows and eyeshadow, you really should do this. Just to kind of make sure that like it all gets in, if you know what I mean. So that's the eyeshadow. And obviously you apply it underneath as well, which to be honest I wasn't doing before. I was kind of just focusing on like the eye as opposed to underneath the eye, but apparently this is the way to do it, so I have to go by that. As you can see, I've applied it under my eye as well. I'm just doing the same on the other side. Being very careful, this eye is quite watery tonight, not sure why. So if you see me guys with a wipe, it's just because it's quite watery. Now to you guys, this might look really, really defined. And again, because it's so defined, it doesn't do anything for my eyebrows. So I'm just going to very carefully add some white into it. And again, the other side. I learnt this off, I can't remember what the girl's name was, but it was some girl on YouTube that like does all these videos, and I thought I'd give it a try. I'm not really a makeup like I'm not into like heavy makeup, as explained in my last video. I'm not really into like dark makeup, but like I will wear a certain type of it. So I guess this is really my first attempt at doing really, really dark makeup. So yeah guys, so I'm just gonna like maybe add a dark colour just to my eyebrows, because I don't actually feel that this colour is doing enough. It definitely needs more in it. And again, you guys don't have to like this look. Again, it's all about preference and choice. As you can see, I've just darkened my eyebrows. I'm just slightly just making sure that no excess makeup is running down my skin. So you can see that's kind of the eyes, and obviously we're nowhere near finished, but it's kind of what I'm looking for. The next step I'm going to do, guys, is my eyeliner. So I'm just going to hold my eye very carefully as I've told you guys before, I have a horrible habit of blinking. So for me, and I don't know if everyone's like this, for me it's really important to make sure that I get the best out of my makeup. So if I have to spend hours doing it, like, I happily will. Now the other side isn't really too bad for blinking. There seems to be one side that's bad and the other side isn't so bad, which is good. And that's my eyeliner. Now I like to do, as you can see, most of you might not like this wee flick that I'm doing, which is okay. But I happen to like this flick. It's more of like a, how would you say it? It's more of like an added look, you know, to my actual look, to make it much more defined. So my eyes are kind of done, and I'm just going to kind of, because I don't want to put too much on, you know. So I've got blue eyeshadow, I've got eyeliner, I've also got the blue eyeshadow underneath my eye, and I put more like darker coverage just under my eyebrows, sorry, just because I didn't feel like it was dark enough. And you don't, what the problem is you don't want like blue eyes but like not have like anything under that, if you know what I mean. So, and as I say, the makeup I'm gonna, or the lipstick that I'm gonna use is just Max Factor, and I'm just gonna lightly apply it. What I wanted to do tonight to show you guys a wee technique, and I don't know if many of you know about this or not, but like you can actually also mix eyeshadows as well, or not eyeshadows, lipsticks. So like I've used like a really defined gold and just like a neutral brown to go with this, because the eyes already have enough detail to them. So I won't be adding anything more to the eyes because obviously they don't need that. And obviously you guys probably already know to do this, but make sure you do that after every time you apply makeup. Someone asked me to do like a rose gold type of look, but the thing about that is that I'm really just a beginner, so all of that stuff I can't really do. So whoever that was, I can't remember who it was, but whoever asked for that kind of like rose gold kind of eye look, I can't really do that at the minute. I can really only just do the simple things. Like I've really only started to learn how to do this kind of thing, and that was following a makeup tutorial on YouTube. So if there's any looks that you guys are requesting, like please feel free to message me, and I'll certainly do my best, like looking it up and stuff, and even trying it out myself. Like I did that with the last look, and I have the colours and I have the equipment to do it. It just wasn't working. It just wasn't going anywhere. So then I just was like, right, okay, I can't really do this look. So I thought, oh sorry, I forgot to actually add my mascara. You guys are probably being like, she hasn't put on any mascara. And I haven't actually put on any face powder either, imagine that. Missing out 2 steps. Tut tut. So yeah, so for the person that asked for that rose gold look, I apologise, I can't, I'm just not really experienced enough to do that right now. It's not so much that I don't want to try, because I did try, and I definitely looked it up. And I made sure I had the all equipment and all, because like I love when people message me. I've had a few people message me to say that they really like my makeup, and they've asked for like tutorials and like different things. And like obviously tonight the makeup look isn't on request. It's really just my own ideas to kind of give you guys a variety of like not only neutral styles but also quite dramatic styles. So the person that asked for that, I really do apologise. I wish I could be more of a help, but I honestly can't remember who the person was, and I didn't really care who the person was at this stage. But like I did go to so much effort to try and find everything to do with that look, and I just couldn't. So I give up, because I will be able to do it at some stage. It's just I think it's a lot to ask someone who's just a beginner to do that kind of look when they don't have that much experience. And I feel like that's important to tell you guys, that don't text me to do a look if it's really defined, because although I love makeup and I will spend hours doing it until it's perfect, if I'm not experienced enough to do it, I will tell you. And that's just, it's not even to be rude, it's just to kind of tell you guys, like, I think that's a bit much to ask for. It's not that I don't want to, I would love to do it, it's just I haven't got enough experience to do that yet. Like, I've only been doing makeup a couple of weeks, and I'm really only starting to come out of my comfort zone by doing all these looks now. So I mean, it's still quite new to me doing all this stuff. So that's why I feel it's important to let you guys know in future, if you do have a request for a look, to try to keep it as simple as possible. I will obviously let you guys know when I'm more advanced, and you'll know by my looks. I mean, you'll know by this I'm improving, because like, see, before I started these videos, I couldn't do this whole eye look. I couldn't do any of that. I was just like plain Jane, you know. I was just putting the foundation on, you know yourself by my first video. And then if you look at now, like, I have progressed a lot, like, and obviously still need practice. So yeah, just in future, guys, just if you're asking for a look, I will certainly try my best, and you can still message me and I will try my absolute hardest to do the look for you. But what I actually might do, rather than posting it on YouTube for you, is maybe do like a sample on myself and maybe send you a photograph just before putting it online, because I really don't want to make an idiot out of myself, and like, especially as a beginner, not like experienced enough. So I hope you guys like, and I hope you like and subscribe. I've given you all the details about the video. I've given you the foundations. I'm just going to roughly put the products here that I've used. I also used face powder, which I forgot to use, Max Factor lipstick, eyebrow pencil, blusher, the rest foundation, the eyeshadow palette you already know, obviously the blue for my eyes, obviously the eyeliner, and really just this brush to apply the foundation and the face powder. So I hope you like and subscribe, and I hope you had a really good Tuesday, and I look forward to uploading more photos, guys. Thank you. Bye.